cruising.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to another Wolfpack live stream, obviously focusing on ESK8CON. We've got 4/5 of the crew here. Obviously, Eduardo's probably out surfing because there's probably wicked swell there in Sydney.
Of course. You know.
As always, joined by Thomas, ESK8 Nomad, Craig Taylor in Melbourne, and Drew Elliott, DE Drones in, do I say New York?
New Jersey,
Boston?
New York. Yeah,
New Jersey. I always forget where you are.
He's down in New Jersey.
Jersey.
Jersey, bro.
So today's one's going to be pretty loose and sort of just go by no real agenda. Just a quick update for you guys. We've got a cyclone hitting Queensland right now. Well, it's now a tropical low. I don't want to overstate it. It's been a couple of wily couple of days. There's 250,000 people without power and trees down and flooding and oceans have literally washed away. Like the sand is gone from the Gold Coast beach.
You've divorced him though, haven't you? Isn't he ex-tropical cyclone Archie now or something?
Alfred, ex-cycle, yeah. But funny is they... So yeah, the Butler, exactly. Yeah, they called it safe yesterday. They said, yeah, you're good now. And then last night was worse. Like last night was absolutely crazy. Here's some footage Tom's just put up. So this is the sandbagging station.
I saw this in the news. I was looking because I was panicking for all of
them. They actually ran. Excuse me. They actually ran out of sandbags. They couldn't get enough sandbags. The government had to step in and provide more sandbags. And then there's people stealing sand from playgrounds. There's people going to the beach and making their own sandbags. Yeah, it was hectic. We tried to get sandbags and there was like a 5-hour wait. And so I was like, can't be bothered. This is just, it is what it is. Our property's reasonably high. We knew we weren't going to be too worried about flooding. It was more about the wind, blowing the roof off. Yeah. And last night, like our roof was lifting. Like our roof was like, boom.
That's not good.
Oh, the thing is, though, in the UK, I couldn't even comprehend the fact that that's a realization that something that could hit your home, and it just to be like, oh, okay, this is coming my way. Just the fact that that's kind of casual behaviour. Drew kind of refers to as modern day Jurassic Park is being reinforced per stream at this point.
Exactly.
In Australia, they had about 30 people using the bank of some hill as a mudslide.
That's Kira Beach. That's our family holiday spot. That's where we go like 2-3 times a year, and that hill is really steep, so it was perfect for it. But what they don't show is at the end it's just a concrete wall, so you got to pull yourself up, otherwise you're hitting a wall. And there was a lady going down holding a dog. There's like thousands of people have gone down this hill over the last couple of days. It's crazy. Let me just share this footage with you, then we'll jump into ESK8CON. Where is it? Here it is. Let me have a look.
Cross to us at the most intense time that we've experienced over on Brisbane's Bayside. The storm.
You might be able to see everywhere. This is last night. This is after the cyclone is gone.
Up north of where we are.
Why is he posing like he's just like leaning there like hey guys?
I think he's holding his earpiece in.
I guess so. Oh yeah, true. He's leaning on that pole though.
Yeah. So that where he was, that is So where he was, that is about 20 minutes away from our place.
Crazy.
And my PSA right now is, and I'm hearing, like, my parents are up in Queensland as well.
Yeah, your parents here too,
they've been separated from primary land, so their bridge to get into town is basically blocked off because the river's burst. So public service announcement: anybody who's in Queensland or up in New South Wales, don't go driving through the water because it is deep as hell. And Mudgeeraba Place, which is on the side of a hill at the back of the Gold Coast, apparently their whole park and everything flooded out this morning. So some of those
there's been so many water rescues so far, like people just driving through water and getting stuck, and cars getting washed away, and no one's lost their life yet, which is actually pretty incredible.
They picked up a jet ski out in the ocean the other day with no rider, and they sort of I don't know where the rider is, but hopefully also, I mean, it's insane. Australians are pretty wild people at times and can just enjoy themselves a little too much. But if you're in Australia, just stay safe, be good. Let's get into ESK8CON, Scott. Let's go.
Exactly. So before we start, we've got 800 people watching. Any comments, chuck them in. We'll do our best to answer them. If you've got a really burning question, we miss it, just retype it, copy paste, and we'll definitely get to it. The whole point today is just to, I guess, show you our excitement for ESK8CON. It's Tom flies out in 15 days or something.
Yeah, I fly out. My journey starts. Yeah, I'm not sure the exact. Yeah. So it's the 22nd is when I start my travels. Going.
Yeah.
I'm actually traveling with Drew this year, which worked out equally as expensive as going to Vegas and back on its own, which was wild. Yeah. So I'm gonna go crash with Drew again. So I'll be in the New York area. So come meet us up. We're gonna do some stuff in New York the week after ESK8CON.
So you're spending time in New York afterwards.
Yeah. So I'm spending a day in New Jersey. Then we're traveling with the Skate Unity boys. We're arriving on the Wednesday, obviously catching you guys because you guys are already there. And then I go back and there's been 2 weeks in New Jersey and New York. So we're going to spend some time for Mr. Elia's birthday.
Yeah.
How old this year, mate?
39.
Wow.
39.
Mate, you are catching
11 years off the masterclass.
Yeah, I know. I'm
exactly.
getting a fake ID to get into the master's class. I'm like, hello, I'm 63. Like,
did you get mine as well? You got mine printed as well, right?
Yes, of course, yes.
All right, let's jump straight into it. So there's been quite a few announcements, a few podcasts, a few lives, and that since we last went live. So I wanted to cover off on that stuff. I'll just jump into. Just bear with me for 1 second. I'm not good at doing this very fast. Okay, open up their Instagram. All right, so since we last spoken, there's been quite a few announcements as far as booth. What do you call them? Vendors, and obviously giveaways. So Evolve have announced they are coming back, which is awesome. They weren't there last year.
Last year, yeah, they were coming back before.
Yeah, so they're coming back this year. From what I gather, I mean, I've only seen what you guys have seen, but I think Jeff will be there this year. So the owner, founder.
Yep.
And they've got some tickets to give away, which is awesome. So if you are thinking about going and you haven't got your ticket, go have a look at their post on their page, and it tells you how you can win one of 4 tickets. They've announced Lorenz is coming back, which is fantastic. Lorenz does such a good job, and I'm hoping they're going to be bringing some new goodies to tease us with. I've seen
Chris just want a hat, don't you? Just want a new hat.
Well, yeah. Oh, mate, best best merch last year.
That fits you guys. That's
exactly. Chris has been over in China for a fair while, so I can only assume that he's been potentially making a new product with the team. Right. So, really hope we see something new from Lorenz at ESK8CON. ESK8CON has been announced as the bronze sponsor. That's really awesome to see them stepping up and supporting, this event in the community. Without the big ticket sponsors, they do struggle to get it financially put together.
Yep.
A few new raffle items there. So we've got the Meepo Voyager X, which is an awesome board. It's a really, really fun board. That gear drive is so nice.
So loud.
But have you guys all ridden that? Have you guys all ridden that Meepo?
No, I haven't tried that one. The last Meepo I had was the.
So this is the gear drive with the light around the outside.
Yeah.
It is. It sounds. I love the sound of that board.
Yeah,
it's loud. It's not quiet.
It is loud.
It's not quiet. It's like, here I come.
Yeah.
A couple other raffle items. BioBoards chucked up a LED backpack, which is insane. I've never seen one in person, but I've heard they're very, very good.
Yeah, I was surprised actually with that because I didn't hear. I've not spoken to Bios for a little bit, to be honest, because there's some bits going on, so I didn't hear. But that bag it's pretty cool actually. It's got a lot of like kind of features that kind of go into it. It's almost like a wetsuit bag, if that makes sense. It's got like a membrane outside, so that's pretty good. But so it's cool to see BioBoards continuing their support. Getting involved, which is nice to see.
Yeah, it's good to keep their name in the conversation, right?
100%. 100%.
So Meepo, obviously, we know Meepo has really put their money where their mouth is, or their boards where their mouth is this year. They're the race sponsor. They're putting up, I think, how many? $22,000 worth of boards?
Big money. Something like that.
Prize money or something.
And I believe they're also doing the cash sponsor as well too for the as well too.
That's what confuses me a bit with these different levels of sponsor. Obviously, this is all behind the scenes. We've got ASEC, Meepo, and X-Way, the top three for the event. But Meepo, obviously doing a big money fundamentally, and a lot of prizes coming solely from Meepo. So I wonder how X-Way, being the gold sponsor, are going to incorporate that on the event, because it looks like Meepo are putting up all the prizes. So, is there more potentially coming? Who knows?
Who knows? I mean, and the thing is with Kieran said this last year at ESK8CON is that he wanted to be ingrained with the racing aspect of ESK8CON. So I'm not surprised he's the race sponsor.
Yeah.
But I am surprised at how much they're putting up. Like that's a big chunk of cash to be putting up for this event, which is awesome. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, X-Way has been named as the gold sponsor, so they'll have the one of the bigger booths. They'll be near the track. They'll have the prime position. That's how it usually works.
Yep.
And then that's I think everything that's been announced. I don't think I missed anything. Obviously, USA EV. Oh, Rev.
So Rev.
I don't know. Yeah. So Rev.
Yeah, I've been keeping a third eye on these guys. They're cool. What they're coming out with.
When they first posted that one. Yeah, so they're trucks, right? The trucks are they're crazy. They're named claim to fame, and they posted that picture. It's like on the entire thing was like inverted. The deck is this way, and then the rear tire. I was like, "What am I looking at?" I thought it was AI. I literally thought they just AI'd it. I'm like, "Oh, that's funny." Like, LOL. I click on it, and then I'm like reading about it. I'm like, "No, that's like their literal, actual truck system. That's how much it has like an access to it." It's wild.
Now, Rev is a subsidiary of Newbie, right? I think is that what I heard.
I think that they're not. I think they're together. They're definitely together in form of like development or whatever parts and whatnot. I don't know if they're the subsidiary or the lateral position. I don't know what that is. So
Thomas has just put one up here. Let me see if we can get it up while I'm sharing my other screen. I have to cancel my other screen. Hang on a second. Let me just stop sharing this one.
No worries.
Here we go. Yeah, here we go. So this is the Rev board. It's got some incredible specs. Like I was reading, what's the battery? Like 18S or 16S?
No, I think it's like a 22S or something like that.
It's something stupid. I remember reading it going, what?
It's like a 22S.
Ooh.
Yeah, it looks really good. It does look really good.
Go to the specs, Thomas, when you get a second.
Yep. Here we go. 21S.
21S 6P.
21S 6P.
21S 6P.
Like, come on. That's ridiculous.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the kind of person who orders a chocolate sundae and goes for a cherry and sprinkles with
exactly. 100%.
What blows my mind about this is that like as far as like even the like
Chris,
horizon.
we're just speaking about you.
Yes, we were. Hi, twin. But yeah, it's one of those things where that spec is like wild because like even like the 14S 8P battery is over 2,000 watt hours. This thing 21S 6P is over 2,300 something watt hours. Like I just was, So it's very interesting. I'm very excited to see this one in action. We got some.
Show me the bottom view of that truck again. Look at that bush-in setup.
There's something sneaky going on here.
You could see it before on the specs. You know where the specs was when you're on the batteries. Go to the battery specs again.
Yeah, there you go.
That's the swing arm. Yeah,
go. There's a better shot with the orange. Go. Where was it? Go up.
Up. Wait. If I just sold on the trucks, there we go. That'd probably be the better one.
But yes, they've got horizontal bushings. Is that the right one? I always get confused. But yeah, very interesting. So these guys have really stepped it up. So that's really exciting.
So many
look at that.
Of articulation too.
I think this is the biggest thing I think we're lacking on with the e-skate scene is truck technology. We've put motors and electronic components everywhere else, but our handling, we touched on it with the Cali XLR, but that was like almost like the Concorde at the time. It was too early, wasn't really ready yet. It was ambitious, and when it was working, it was amazing. But there was caveats. But I'd be interested to see more tech put into truck systems and see what comes out.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I think with Mo pushing the limits with these 3 links and Meepo coming on board, working with Mo, and with Radium's R6 trucks with the suspension built into them as well. I think everybody's playing, and I think it's really good to see the development coming from some serious players and really developing some high-end gear. And I think it's going to push some of the other, maybe some of the quieter brands to sort of step up and start, looking at what's really going on and redeveloping, I suppose, those truck systems, as you say, Thomas, rather than just the electronics, because we've gone to a certain point. I know Radium are trying to patent their RTS now, so they lock it down so no one can play with it or try and take it away. But that is something they've developed. So I think this space, the next 2 or 3 years of this space is really going to open up. And I think it's a good call, Thomas. It's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
That's great.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting.
Something at ESK8CON.
Yeah. Did you guys all see Morgan Brady's V6 that he's bringing to ESK8CON?
Ferrari red. Come on. It looks so good.
God. If I knew French, I'd go, me. Yeah.
It's like, it's just crazy, right? Like, it's just beautiful looking board. Like, insanely good looking. If you don't know what we're speaking about, go look at Morgan's Instagram. You'll see pictures of it.
Oh, it's the Ferrari.
Poor Thomas is trying to bring it up quickly, but I can see his eyes darting around.
To be fair, I've got behind the scenes messages. He sent it to me a while ago, and I was like, okay. But then he posted it next day. So
if you don't know Morgan, he's a massive F1 fan, so it's in the Forza red.
I'm so happy he's coming this year because it was undecided.
I think he's a bit like the Lewis Hamilton of ESK8CON now, isn't he? Is there going to be a Max Verstappen or a Lando Norris come through and try and take the title?
Yeah.
Here's the images. Here we go. Oof! Look at that.
Yeah.
So you guys say F1. I look at that and I think it looks like Lightning McQueen.
It does look like Lightning
McQueen. Look at those wheels though. Like, it's just great. It's just such a beast.
The thing is, it looks simple though, doesn't it?
That's the thing. That's exactly it. That is exactly it. It looks simple. You look at it and you go, well, it's a box on top of a piece of aluminium.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
it's only going to do like mid-60s by the time it's done. No problem.
Well, this track.
I had a funny chat with. Go on.
No, you go. That's fine.
So I was saying to Brady about this because I was watching some like motorsport the other day. When they do the self, they supercharge and then they set all the power off for the launch start. And I went to Brady. I was just like, I thought about it, and I thought, Brady, just for fun, like, is that something? Do you reckon we should do in e-skate? And like, do you reckon that's possible? He said, we are so powerful now, we actually can't full throttle because we wheelie. That's the problem we got.
Yeah.
So no, that was
Yeah, no, it's crazy. And then you know what? And again, that's coming back to what I was saying to Craig actually last week or week before. We're talking about the Mark 1. What Liam and the team have done with their throttle curve is very, very clever because it's a very, very fast board, like insanely fast board. But I can go full throttle because the first, how far do you reckon, Craig? The first 2 feet, 3 feet?
Yeah, probably.
It's still powerful. It feels like a Z3 or something, but it doesn't throw you off. And then you have to feather it because if you keep going full, it will throw you on your ass. Yeah. The throttle curve on that thing is so smart. Like, I was scared to go full throttle because I knew it would hurt me. Mm-hmm. But in saying that, you can be sitting on what was the speed I said to you the other day? I was sitting on like 56 or something, and I hit the throttle thinking like a normal skateboard, right? 56 is not much more. And it almost went out from under my feet. It's got so much torque. It's got so much torque at the mid-range and what I thought was the high range. But it had like another 20, 25k ready to go instantly. So it's pretty crazy.
Feels like you're stuck to
Are they coming this year? Do you guys know if they're coming? Or have a representative at least?
Craig will know more than me. The last I spoke to Liam is they were trying to get the funds together, but they spent a lot of money being in China getting this 100 of the Mark 1 created, so they're pretty low on cash flow, I think.
Yeah, the cash flow is one thing. I think the other thing is time. They've got a huge amount of boards of going out. They've had a lot of complications with some of the Chinese suppliers to ensure their quality was up, and they've worked so tirelessly to ensure they're dropping profits all over the place to make sure that the quality meets the standard that they're expecting. And Liam he's no fool, and he will not accept second-rate parts or products. So he's making sure everything going out the door is perfect. So I don't know. I think they'd love to. I know that Liam's trying to get him and Dylan across. I was supposed to catch up with them last week, but I had to pull the pin. They did a run of the F1 track, which I think Liam put a 2-minute post up this morning. Might have been on Facebook or Instagram on the Radium Performance site. But they went for a blast. About 4 or 5 of the Radium boards ran around the Albert Park F1 track last Tuesday or Wednesday night, I think it was.
So jealous.
Yeah, the track is definitely blocked up the middle of Melbourne again, which is awesome. Everyone complains. I love it. I don't care.
Yeah. It's a shame as an outsider.
Yeah, there it is.
I think it's been bad for the outsider is that the guys down under have obviously got the Radium guys doing their thing. Stateside, got the Stooge guys going, and the UK was kind of known for a mountain board scene, but it's kind of like gone really quiet recently.
Yeah.
About the mountain boards.
Yeah, I've felt that as well with the mountain boards. It's been a bit like sort of disappearing a little bit. It's a bit odd.
Yeah, it's a bit fading. I'd
like to see Tramper with their ESCs and the motors and stuff they've been playing with. I mean, they had a board on desk or on bench test over 100 kilometers an hour not so long ago. Yeah. So they've got the gear to do it. I'd love to see Tramper, go. Let's go step forward and do something wild, just for fun.
I think I struggle with Tramper is that they haven't done. It sounds brutal. They haven't done anything new for like 5-6 years at this point, or a complete for 5-6 years. If you want to change the color, you've got that, but that's the extent of a complete board that they've done in ages. But
their website was also absolute trash.
Oh god! And don't worry, we've got a new website that's way worse. It's like, come on.
All right, back to ESK8CON.
Right. So let's move on. The next thing I want to talk about was the group rides, because they have we know about them now. It's all official. It's all locked in. We do. We've worked it out. So obviously Wednesday. Traditionally, it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. This year, it is only officially Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. So the Thursday is no official ESK8CON group ride. That's not happening this year. There's no official Red Rock ride. If you want to do Red Rock, you can do it on. They've said, do not mention you're with ESK8CON. Do not try to go in with 30 people. They will only let 15 people at a time. And the more people who go on Thursday, the later in the day, they'll probably be less tolerant, let's say.
Yep.
So just right now, Thursday is not happening. So don't ask about Thursday. It's not a thing.
What up, Danny?
So, Mr. Black?
Is our other travel companion, Scott?
Yeah, so Danny is traveling with us as well. So that's going to be nice.
Same flight?
What'd you say? Yeah, same flight. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
That's so great.
Yeah, we've got a few hours in the one of the lounges in Canada.
Oh, you said about this. Yeah, you said that. You got a little party going on for a few hours as well, haven't you?
Exactly. Right, so let's officially do this in order, so there's no confusion. So
we need to be nice and clear on this because it's confusing.
I'm still needing to get clear on this, so I'm taking.
So, first of all, for all group ride information, they have created an individual event on ESK8CON's Facebook page. So go to their Facebook page of ESK8CON, and you'll go to their events tab, and you'll be able to find all of these events which you can show your interest in going. The one that's the most important that you click go into is the strip one, because they have to let Metro know roughly how many people to expect. So that's really important. The Saturday night one, which we'll talk about when we get to it, you need to click attending or going, because they need to let Metro know if it's going to be 1,000, if it's going to be 500, if it's going to be 800. They need to let them know a rough number. So the very first one, the one that kicks off ESK8CON, has always been, hopefully will always be, is the Wednesday night downtown ride. This is this one here we're looking at right now. So Wednesday, it's the same meeting spot as always. if you don't know where it is, there's always a group leaving the hotel about half an hour before the start time.
Yeah.
But again, follow the Wolfpack.
Yeah, that's what we did last year, right?
We did that last time. We spent everyone just like about half an hour before, and that was your idea, Drew, wasn't it?
Meet out back.
Yep. So basically, follow the Wolfpack on Instagram. What's our thing called? ESK8CON's Wolfpack.
ESK8CON_Wolfpack.
Yeah, that's it. So follow us there because Drew will do lives and announce where we're meeting, and we'll all ride to the event together, which is always nice. There's always like 50 of us leaving at the same time.
Yeah.
Now this one here is a nice 10 to 12 slow ride around downtown. We join with this Las Vegas bike club, and they show up with all their speakers, and it's so much fun. It's a really nice. What'd you say?
I said like all the bikes have like lights on them. They have speakers on them. Everyone's having a good time. There's people towing dogs. There's people getting towed by dogs. It's great.
Exactly right. So it's a really chill way to start the week. Go there, ride with the guys from the bike team, and then when they stop for their big break, they stop for like an hour for like food and toilet. That's when we split away, and we go and do our own little ride. What is this? Hang on, we've got something here. I need to stop this one. I need to remove that.
This is the bike one.
Yeah, so this is not last year, the year before. Thomas has got it up there. And we go and do our own thing. So with the first 10, 12 miles is sort of chill. Everyone takes their time. You're not going to go fast. You're not going to be carving because there's a shit ton of bikes. And then we split away and we go and do like another 10 mile of our own, a little bit faster. The first year we explored this really amazing car park. This year, that car park was amazing. This year, it's always a bit of on the fly. So, but if you're going to come, make sure you try to get there for Wednesday because this is a really amazing ride to be part of. Like you can see there's everyone on the,
I would say this was the most communal rides that we did with the natives from Vegas. It was something that we were as a guest there. And to be fair, this was probably the most fun smile event out of all of it because it was so dynamic as well. And it was almost like we were like guests to what happens in Vegas every week.
Yeah. Well, the fun one with this one is that you're going so slow, you can actually have a chat.
Yeah.
You can skate along. I remember Craig and I skating along, talking about the day. Obviously there's Drew doing the thinking man. It's just
riding quick all the time and jumping backwards and forwards and
look at Drew with no lights on at all.
Yeah, raw dogging it out there, no worries.
Mr. Danger.
Full blacked out.
Yep.
But the one thing
that's a big point. We should bring lights. Actually, we should be careful on that. Make sure you have lights as well.
I was going to say, be careful of this one because the bikes come through doing wheelies and monos everywhere.
They do.
So be careful with your carving. We are going slow and there's massive want to carve. Mm-hmm. Just be mindful of the people around you because it's a big crew of many different PEVs. It's EUCs, bikes, skateboards, everything else, and that three-wheeled lawnmower thing that the guy was.
The drift trikes,
and the drift trikes.
All right, so that leads us into, so that's Wednesday. As I said, Thursday, there's no official ride. So if you want to do something, plan it, follow people, talk to people, go and do your own thing. But Thursday, there is no official ride.
But Thursday, Scott, just as a thing for M boards and ESK8CON, they are asking for help to build the track.
Thank you. I was about to talk about that. Yeah. Yep.
If you have got some time on the Thursday, an hour or so or two or whatever you can, obviously, if you got some time, go out and help. I think they said about 8-9 o'clock in the morning. The track barriers arrive, and I think they said there's 3 trucks arriving this year because they're trying to do so much. So if you have got an hour or two to spare, not saying that we will because we're obviously all catching up and we're doing a whole heap of riding around town ourselves, but if you're around and you can lend a hand, go out there, see what they're all doing, and if you stay all day and do a whole heap of work, you never know, they might sling you a t-shirt or coffee, who knows. But anyway, it's doing it for the love of the ESK8CON, not so much to get anything out of it. So
and just to finish that off, you don't need to RSVP, you don't need to let them know. They just want people to show up and help. They normally chuck on a pizza lunch, and I know that they are a really small team. What are they, like 8 people? So the more volunteers they can get, I know they super appreciate it. You get to see the track ahead of schedule. They'll normally let you have a little bit of a ride on it, I think, at the end if you're there at the end when it's finished. And they normally chuck you some merch or something to say thank you.
Yeah, I was there last year. I think I went down the track early when they were unloading the main truck of all the sponsors' gear, and I helped them load all the boards and all the rest of it for them for an hour or so. And it was good to talk to the guys. Good to just say good day and catch up before it really got busy. And yeah, it's worth catching up anyway.
Yeah. Just one quick stuff. If we don't answer this now, I know we'll miss it. Drew, question for you and I: what type of bush ends do you like best for your ESK8CON N3? I use the exact same ones as Drew, so I'll let Drew answer it.
Perfect that I have it sitting right here. So on the front, we have the 90A Riptide bushing. So I rock a fat cone and a chubby. I know, awesome. And on the rears, it is the 93, the Merlot ones, and those are just 2 double barrels. So I don't know if you can see that's dark, but
and these are the crank bushings, right?
Crank formula. There's several different formulas, but the crank formula for me
has Riptide confirmed this year come in. Just a good question.
Scott, they're on there, and I think Scott agrees is that the crank formula for the stiffness, but the rebound as well too. It just gives you a nice, great push back on the car.
Do you remember? I know we're getting off topic really quickly, but do you remember when we both had our N3s there? Was it last year?
Yeah, last year.
And I was like, I am not enjoying this. Like, you get up to speed, and you get a bit of an Elvis back leg. And I was like, and then I tried yours, and I was like, what the?
I purposely brought my own bushings because I knew that was the board that was applying. And I was like, I brought my own bushings. Yeah. And I was like,
well, you had a spare set, right? You had a spare set, so I used some of yours.
Yep.
And then I bought some off Brad at the convention, and then when I got home,
event, you're like, I need whatever these are, and just like hand them.
Give me these.
Give me these.
The tailored experience, if you will. Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah. So CB27743, don't be worried. The board is insanely good. You just need to fix those bush ends. They've
changed them since then too. I will say that
they have made them better, but they're still not as good as Riptide. The Riptide formula is just there's magic pixie dust in there or something.
100% agree. 100%.
Right. So just to recap, make it very clear. Wednesday is downtown. Thursday there is nothing planned. Now we're talking about Friday. So Friday is starting from ESK8CON. It starts from the convention, the track. And it's going to be starting off with a drag race. So this, I don't think it's listed on that site yet. Let me just see if it says it. No, so it doesn't list it on there.
That's at the end of the day, isn't it?
It's at the end of the day. It's at the end of the day. It's about half an hour to an hour before the group ride starts. So keep an eye on this page, follow it, because I'm assuming they'll update it. Everyone will meet out on the street. It's a long, I think it's like 200-foot long straight. And they're going to have side-by-side run what you brought, drag race down the street. So there's going to be 67 spots or something available.
Yep.
And if you want to ever go, they haven't opened up any registrations or anything like that yet. I don't know how they'll do it, but just keep watching it because it will be fun. I'm assuming that the whole wolf pack will be taking part.
What?
What? No. I'll run. That's about the extent of the excitement I'll do.
If I can get a fast board, if I can borrow the Horizon or something, I'll go. I'll do it. I'll be happy to put my hand up and represent the wolf pack on that one.
Yeah, God bless.
Got to have the hornets, Scotty.
Sorry?
Yeah.
Well, it's straight line, right? It's side by side. It's only 2 people. You're not worried about corners. You're not cutting you off. It's just a straight line speed.
I'm just worried about that adrenaline flick, and then all of a sudden that back wheel goes like this, and that person goes straight across.
Can you imagine how many people are going to whiskey throttle it and just come off the back at the start?
Correct.
It's going to be so funny.
That rocket's going to go, and I'm going to be standing in the sidelines. It's going to go bang.
Yeah.
I am not going to be watching that, guys. That scares the hell out of me.
I'll be at the starting line.
Yeah, exactly. The starting line, that'll be where you'll get all the good footage.
Exactly.
Start an ambulance. Go fund me ambulances.
What'd you say?
Chris has just put on the that drag race started an ambulance, and I said, a GoFundMe page.
I'm sorry. Can I can't not say anything, but this is what happens when you drag race in ESK8. This was me. This was what happened. This is why I'm so off about it.
I know exactly what this footage is.
This is the famous video. Here we go.
Here we go. It's Thomas.
Look at the Thomas in the silver.
Really good idea.
Where's Thomas?
What do you mean?
There he is.
Which way did we go?
Oh. But you know the problem, Thomas, is that the problem was, and what they've done is I think it's very clever. That one was too long.
Yeah.
So this one, the one they're doing is only 100 foot long. So you're still not even going to be at full throttle.
Good, I hope so, because it scares the hell out of me. It really scares me.
Yeah. Now, from what I understand, correct me if I'm wrong. I think I'm right in saying this. Let me think. Am I right in saying this? They're doing it straight after the end of the convention because the EMS will still be on site.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
something like that.
They have thought about that, which is nice. Now that buggered your knee up quite a lot, didn't it, Thomas? That crash?
No, actually, ironically, I was absolutely fine. I had friction burn on my arm, and that's all I hit. I had no injury. However, when I went back to that same place, which is a bit like Red Rock, perfectly smooth, confidence-inducing area, I was just doing some simple longboard dancing about 3-4 miles an hour, and I twisted my MCL ligament in my knee. Last time I came, I did 30 to 40 miles an hour. I think it was a 40 on the vest when I looked back, and I had absolutely slammed, absolutely fine. 2 miles an hour, just doing some dancing, twisted my knee, out of ESK8 for 3 months. It was like, why?
That's no good.
No.
All right, so Friday drag race, and then it's straight into the downtown group ride. So this is a ESK or PEV, I guess, downtown and strip ride. So it'll be a little bit of downtown and a little bit of the strip. So that will be a very fun one. It'll give you a little bit of a preview. I know a few people were nervous to go on the strip ride last year or the year before.
Oh, it's lovely.
If you feel a little bit nervous about going on the strip, this will be a great one to warm you up on. So don't miss this one because it's a little bit of downtown, a little bit of strip riding. Nothing too crazy. What's Thomas put up here?
This is a Davies special, but if you notice, just as a viewer's perspective, you are anxious, you are worried. Look at the dominance we have on the road. That's the thing. Cars are close to us. We're safe as a pack. We stay together. We look out for each other. But one thing I would say to riders out there, and only a few people didn't do it, is always before you engage in a carve or change your position, look over your shoulder. Just check who's behind you to see who's there.
Yeah, 100%. And that's, you're right. We have dominance. So as long as we stick together as a pack, we have dominance over the road. This year with the strip ride, we're not allowed to run red lights. That's one new rule. I mean, we were never supposed to run them, but we always did. But this year we have to be really mindful of that. In downtown, they've said, whatever. But in the strip ride, because Metro's now been involved, we're going to have a lot more, what's the word I'm looking for? People looking after us. What's the word?
Escorts.
Escorts, thank you.
Yeah, please.
We're going to have more escorts looking after us as far as Joe and his team and probably the ESK8 crew from...
SD!
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So they will be stopping us at red light. So if it goes orange, they will be stopping the group. And we'll just have to meet at the halfway point.
They need tail end Charlies for these bigger rides through Vegas. They need a tail end Charlie to keep everyone together who knows the actual route, but depending on where you are, Australia, New Zealand, whatever. Because both the big rides last year lost the group, and I was part of the tail end group last year because I was filming and I was watching people go past. And then I lost it, and I was with like 15 or 20 people, and we missed a good portion, like the last 20 minutes of the ride.
We lost Craig for 2 days, and he came back with a massive tattoo on his back.
I did want to say.
Don't tell it.
It's just a flying tiger with a set of boobs. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's weird. Awesome. The American flag tied to its tail too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, America.
Yes, they do have lovely escorts in Vegas. You are right, Glenn.
It depends on which part of Vegas, right?
Isn't it illegal in Vegas, Drew?
Yeah. No,
so
it's actually very legal.
So that's Friday. So Friday is downtown and a strip ride, starting off with the drag strip race. Again, follow the event. Go to the ESK8CON's Facebook page. Go to the event tab and click go in if you're coming. That way you'll be kept up to date with any changes. I'm assuming they will put the information about the drag race and the times to meet and so on there. Okay?
Yep.
Now, the big one.
Question. Sorry, just before we move on to the final big one. Do they have, for the Thursday, the non-official ESK8 Red Rock hosted by ESK8CON, not associated ESK8CON ride?
No.
Is it down now?
Well, there's one showing, but it's from last year, I think.
Oh, okay, cool. Because I was a bit like, you're kind of putting yourself out there a little bit on that one. I was like trying to cover yourself a little bit.
I was looking at that one. I mean, it's in red, so I don't know if this is. Yeah, it's weird because it's got.
Yeah.
But I think that's last year's, isn't it? Because it doesn't have a date. I'm looking at it at the moment.
It does. Yeah. It's on 25th. It says it here, 2025, 3 p.m. to 12 a.m. But I'm guessing that's American time because I'm based in the wrong place.
Yeah, that's
Thursday. Yeah.
Actually, you did right. You did right. They have this year, which is really confusing because they've made it really clear that we shouldn't be affiliating with it. So,
but then it says hosted by ESK8CON. I feel like you're setting yourself up a little bit, guys. That's all.
So we're going to ignore that one. There is no official Red Rock ride. We're talking about official
Red Rock ride. We'll do a policing forum on this one. Yeah. This doesn't exist.
Maybe we'll recommend they take it down, perhaps.
Yeah, if you go to Red Rock, do not say you are there for ESK8CON or M boards or anything else. They
just say you've wandered off the streets. You're just a homeless person looking to shred up the can.
It's the wildest amount of coincidence the world has ever seen.
Yeah. What sort of wizard is this?
And here's a top tip: if you're going to drive there, if you haven't been before, park at the exit and skate to the start. So that way, once you've finished your loop, your car's at the exit gate because it's a big 13-mile loop.
13 miles, yeah.
But the entry and the exit's about a mile apart. About a mile apart, would you say?
Yeah.
And it's uphill as well, and it can make that difference for sure.
Yeah, exactly. So drive to the exit, park your car at the exit, and then skate back down the road to the entry and go in that way. Because that way, when you're finished, your car's there. You don't have to try to get back in to get your car.
But if you're
don't drive to the entrance like I did last year.
Yeah.
But if you are in a group, stay together when you're on that road. That road is notorious for people doing
it's lethal,
100 mile an hour down. So people are
and if you come off and roll down a bank, people won't find you for a little while.
Yeah.
And there's no self service. So don't think you're going to book an Uber.
Yeah.
And when you're finished,
picked up again. Yeah.
There is it's about a 10-mile drive back towards the city to get any cell service at all. So don't rely on cell service. Don't rely on, call a taxi. It will not happen and you'll be skating home on a flat board.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Saturday night, the big one. The one I think that makes all of our hairs on our arms tingle. I was going to say something else.
What were we going to say?
Where are we going?
Say it.
I
thought that was just between you and me, Scott.
Makes our wheels spin, our belts snap.
There we go.
The Saturday night.
OnlyFans, turn the page now.
Exactly. Link down below. All right, so Saturday night is the big one. Saturday night is the big one. That's the one that actually gets the biggest crowd because everyone joins from throughout the week. So we get bikes, we get one wheels on deck chairs, EUCs, scooters, push bikes, e-skate, obviously.
Yep.
3-wheel lawnmowers from wherever they're from.
Everybody
comes.
Wild, wasn't it?
That was crazy. They was there last year too, which is crazy.
I hope they go past the sphere again, which I don't think's talked about. That was sick, wasn't it?
I think that's what the plan was. Yeah, the route was.
So last year was the sphere. This year we will still do it, but it's going to be at the back end of it. From what I understand, from what I've sort of put together through pieces, we're actually going to do the full strip or the big chunk of the strip again like we did the previous year. So not last year, the year before.
Okay.
And then loop around. So it's almost going to be the F1 track, Joe was saying. So we will go a lot further up the strip this time before we turn off. Because I know this year we turned off quite early and there was a few people were like, but we were big in numbers and we were causing too much hassle, and I totally understand why they did it.
Yeah.
This year we've got Metro involved, or they've got Metro involved, and we should be going a lot further up and then looping back around. So it will be very close to the F1 circuit, which will be really insane to do.
Hence the importance. I mean, M boards are going out on a limb to try and get Metro to know about all this and working with the local authorities to get us as far as we can safely. So just be mindful. Go into their Facebook page, click the link going, make sure you're attending and they all know, because the more people that we can allow M boards and Metro know about, the less issues we'll have and M boards will have later for doing it again the year after and the years to come. So
look at these boards. Look how these boards are so beastie. Like the strip ride's that ride where again the strip ride's it's kind of like the Wednesday one but a bit faster. You got to be careful. Got to look over your shoulder. Be aware of where you are. I do suggest having a ride buddy. Just get a buddy that you stick with, so you guys are sticking together. stick to the middle of the pack. You don't want to be at the very back because you'll get very, very delayed with all the red lights. But look at this. There's 1, 2, 3. Is there 5 lanes of traffic there? And we're taking over all 5 lanes. Like,
yeah,
there's no. I think also find your place in a group is really important as well. So if you're really fast, say with the front, but try not to I don't know, read the room a little bit. Try and find a group of people you have the same kind of vibes with and ride as a unity. I think is a really.
I've been so stoked. 2 years in a row on this strip ride. Fabian and I from Onstra have just cruised and talked for nearly the whole ride. It's just awesome to catch up with him, and and that's the thing. It's some of it. If you're middle of the pack, you'll get to talk to everybody, and the fasties will come blasting past you and then cruise back. And
here comes one of my favorite moments. Hang on, watch this. You'll see Olivia from A-Stick in a minute. I think it's coming up. Look, they play paper scissors rock.
And they get.
So good.
He gets position.
Yeah, that ride, honestly, every time I watch this footage, I just go, that's insane. Like, there's that many people taking over that many. Like, imagine being this guy in the car going, what is going on?
Yeah. He's like, I'm just trying to go home.
Every single Saturday night, I have to do it.
And I'm going to say, it is iconic to actually skate under that Las Vegas sign.
It is. It gives you chills going under it every time.
Every time. And I think last year when I was there was a little kid on a bike, and he was literally been all of about 8 or 9 years old, just monoing through it. It was just brilliant. Jeez, so good, so good. And you'll see James with his RC car, no doubt, hack him.
Yeah, he's got a new one again this year.
He's got a new one.
Wait to see it.
He said you weren't going to bring it. I heard. He told me you weren't going to bring it.
Oh, okay.
No, that can't. We'd have to get on the socials.
I was like, get him on the horn right now.
Coming up is when the cop tells us off, the motorbike cop. You're being, what do you say? This guy here. You're being stupid. Go home.
And there was, for those who don't know, on their way back to the hotel one night, I think it was after the Saturday night ride, there was a couple of guys, boards and bikes. There is the RC, blasting through red lights on the way back after the ride. And they got pulled over, and one young guy got arrested on a bike. So just be mindful, try and do the right thing, because local authorities, the more upset they're going to get, the less they're going to let us play. Income. So,
and with that stuff there, like, unless he's part of your direct crew, just don't hang around. Don't get involved.
Don't get involved.
Just keep going.
Yeah, just keep going.
If the person who's getting in trouble is directly linked to you and you guys are mates, then stop and just stand to the side and wait. But don't get involved. Don't try to argue with the police. It's just going to make it worse. Just just say sorry, sir, and keep going. Humble pie costs nothing.
Exactly.
100%.
You're in someone else's back garden at the end of the day, so just be respectful.
No one local drives the strip. Actually, Danny, that's a really good point. No one local drives the strip, and I've been told so many times. And last year, I was talking with a guy who was there, and he was literally hanging out his window, laughing his head off and cackling on. And he said he was about 12 beers down. So
they're all tourists. Like Mike says, they're all tourists filming on their iPads, not looking where they're going.
Yeah.
Cocktail in one hand, phone on the other, and the knee on the steering wheel.
Yep. All right, so we're actually almost done. So that's the group ride. That's what I want to cover on. We've spoken about the sponsors. Obviously, it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We know this. Make sure you got your tickets. Make sure you got your merch. There'll be merch on sale. What's everyone riding? I know we've done it once before. Officially, what are we riding? I know there's a bit of up and down stuff, but Drew, you are riding the
A-Stack Horizon.
A-Stack Horizon.
Yep.
Craig, you are riding
Tiny
Explorer Pro Gear Drive, which is awesome. Fred has just joined at the end. Thomas, you might be playing across a couple of different boards during the week. Is that right?
So I'm riding for X-Way. There is some exclusive stuff that I'll be working with some of the vendors out there. Some cool new stuff that's coming out. So we're all going to be doing that. So I suppose what would be a good thing for the audience actually is to fire out some particular brands, companies, boards, or anything you want us to cover at ESK8CON. So please, if you've got a target or some homework, put it in the comments, and we will try and target that and get that, ask those questions for you, and get that exposure for you.
Drew, did you say that escorts not allowed in Vegas, or they were allowed?
What's up?
Just Thomas is just tarting around between brands. What's going on?
Playing both sides. That's a really good question, Thomas. That's a really good point, Thomas, because we we don't really go there to make content for us, right? We go there to make content for our channels, and our channels are our audience. So if there's something specific you want, like I know you guys all want to see Craig do the zip line again. And I know you want to see Craig and Thomas do the roller coaster at New York.
Yeah,
so we'll definitely be doing that.
Yep, that'll be fun.
Definitely.
Just to let you know, hashtag Craig not Greg is I go into total fear factor and my anxieties go through the limits, and I apparently end up with American voice. So it is quite funny. The guys love it, and tune into all the channels if it happens, because I really don't like heights, and I've tried to get over it. Ladders, helicopters, planes.
Maybe me and Craig should have a face-off with heights for the whole weekend.
Yeah.
Scott wants to drop me off the top of the Strat. What are you talking about? It's like,
we're going to do it Tuesday night. We're going down.
Let's go.
Hell no, man.
All right. Any other questions? We've got 1,900 people watching. Any other questions from?
Actually, I've got a question. What's the best waterproofing on a action camera that can take, just in case
Mate, they're all good. They're all good these days.
Just in case you pee yourself, is that what we're saying? Like, what?
You.
Yeah. What's it? Actually, good question. What's everyone filming with this year? Drew, you'll be on your phone again, or have you upgraded?
I've got everything, so I'm gonna because I'm not.
Ooh, sorry.
I'm so cool. I'm a professional photographer. Look at me. I've got a beard.
Yeah. I'm haggard. I'm so haggard. Insta360, the Go 3S has been a great little camera. I got the obviously the iPhone, but I'll be bringing my Sony and the drone and stuff too. So a few things, but we'll see. It'll be
nice.
We'll be.
What drone is it? Is it the Max Pro?
The Hover Air, the Hover Air.
Yeah.
I'm actually working with another company right now too that they make a sub 250 that is pretty decent. But I said I'm going to Vegas. If you want to send it to me there, I'll bring it with me. So, but that was it.
X5.
The X5, yeah, Mr. Black.
Can you even say that, Danny? Like, is that even allowed to be said publicly?
I'd say he just got deleted. Black bagged by X5.
It just snapped into existence. So slowly, his always comments delete of the thing.
What you meant to say, Drew, is you're just going to bring your old iPhone 12 because that's the only good camera you've got, right?
Correct. Yeah, haven't purchased anything new in any way, shape, or
form. No new drones, no new Sonys.
Help.
Casey, nice that say, because Casey is coming, and just to remind you, film with what you've got.
Exactly. Yeah, I do need an upgrade though. This is an old iPhone 12.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Look, his little dog.
So is that your card?
No, it's yours, Craig.
Oh.
I'm only yours. I've told you.
I sleep with it next to my pillow.
Really weird. It's an awkward thing.
I put it between me and my wife.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, amazing!
I think.
Oh, Dallas is here. Dallas, it was a little snippet of you in our intro, mate. You'll see it if you stick around for the ending.
Talking about cameras. My goal this year, and I think I've mentioned on stream, is fun. So I'm being a variety of fun cameras.
Nice.
This is my Instax Polaroid printing camera.
Yep.
That's my main one.
Is this the one that does thermal printing, or it's actually Polaroid?
No, this is a proper Polaroid.
You've got a thermal one, right?
So that's level 1. That's level one.
Yeah, that's level 1 of fun.
And then we've got level 2, which is our social camp snap, which is great fun. It's just like a little disposable. Good fun. Good for restaurant. And then we've got.
Is it actually disposable or is it digital?
It's a digital disposable, so the quality it takes is like a disposable.
Yeah,
you
cool.
can't use it. And then we've got the Legend itself, which is the thermal camera, which is just so good. And do you know the best feature about this camera? And I'm gonna take it a little bit further. Just give me 1 second. Is
how many suitcases are you bringing, Thomas?
Oh, it does have brick breaker. So we are sorted. and snake. So we're good. So it has snake as well. Yeah. Look, this market is all about ripping each other off anyway. So, but yeah, it's all about fun. So yeah, guys, if you're watching, especially me, this is me kind of hogging it. Come see me and get a free portrait done for me on site. So please come see me.
Very good. Craig, you said you're bringing everything. You've got your X3 or X4 and your Ace Pro 2 now.
Yeah, I bought an Ace Pro 2. Just a word of advice for anybody who's out there. The hot shoe mount on the Insta cage is crap. Don't buy the Insta one. It's like 200 or 150 bucks Australian, which does my head in. This, I don't even know what the hell. Amagium? Oh, I don't even know what the hell it's called. Chinese one from Amazon. Awesome. Best one out there and half the price.
There you go.
It just gives me the willies that someone like Insta would put a cold shoe mount on something that's too small.
Nice.
That's right. It's so annoying how they do that. It's like, why? I bought the same thing as you. I can get my Sony in, but it's a real tight fit. Like I can't actually get it off now. My Sony now lives on that mount.
They got me. I went and bought one of those little side clips for it as well.
Yeah, that one.
And there's an extra 40 bucks Australian, and that doesn't fit either.
It's a problem, Craig. It is a big problem Craig has. A lot of things not fitting.
Look at his face.
He's angry about it. He's angry. Look at him.
His t-shirt's turning red.
I'm going to take it, and when I go off the top of the Strat, I'm going to drop it.
Oh my god, it's a red Hulk. Oh my god.
That's how you actually do your opening review of that product. You're just like, and chuck it.
Yeah.
Off the Strat.
Yeah, exactly. This is shit. Go on.
But I love their cameras. I love the Insta stuff. And the Ace Pro 2.
Yeah.
My goodness. The footage. I'm going to go out and try it probably next week. Try and get some nighttime stuff and tune the nighttime stuff in. So, Danny, I may annoy you. Or Scott, one of the two. Awesome camera. And the nighttime stuff I've seen so far with it is really good. So I'm stoked to have it because I think for the strip and some of those night rides, it's going to be really good.
There you go.
Anyway.
Yeah, we're going to have another editing masterclass in the Air Canada Lounge in Vancouver with Danny, Craig, and myself.
Oh, brilliant!
It's like a Craig bashing moment. I go in there and they just go.
Well, it's not that, Craig. It's just you just make some. I said this to you. I'll say it publicly. You make some lazy choices. I watch your videos. I go, great video, but you're a lazy editor.
Oh god!
You need, and I've said this to the whole Wolfpack. You need the Danny Black shortcuts. I'll get Danny to send.
I've got a lot of Danny Black shortcuts from one of his videos. He had them in there, and I got them. But I am very, as the Wolfpack knows, I'm time poor like nothing else. So
you got 6 hours in the lounge. We're going to have you over a couple of cold beers, and we're going to show you how to do a few things.
Lazy editors are the best. Thanks, Danny. I completely agree.
All right. I'll let everyone get back to their nights. Any last thoughts? Anything you want to share before we wrap it up? We've been going for almost an hour.
There was a conversation about them doing some sort of big video or something from ERL.
Yeah, so I don't know too much about it, so I don't want to talk about it. I think it was on the Saturday night before the strip ride. They are maybe planning on showcasing or premiering this video at the track on a big screen.
Or at Llama Lot on a big screen.
Or somewhere, but I don't know. Again, it was up in the air. They just spoke about it, so until it's confirmed, I don't really want to add any...
Fair enough.
Speculation.
I don't want to murk the water. But yeah, there is a 15-minute video as part of the ERL series that they've got access to, and they might premiere it at either the track or at Llama Lot before the Saturday group ride.
That'd be cool.
My only comment on this, just as a closeout, is the track's going to be faster. I tried to walk it out the other day at a very local area here, and the straights are long.
Yeah.
And wide. So there's going to be a lot of heated people full of adrenaline. So if you're racing, be mindful. A long straight means you still got to stop. So
yeah.
And the other thing
whole lot of go, you need a whole lot of woe.
Absolutely. Yeah. And the other thing is you're going to have to gear for the corners because there's a lot that what did they call them? The intestine section or something?
Yeah.
Like the nose,
yeah.
Whatever.
You need to gear for that and gear for the straight. The other thing is helmets. That I'd encourage everybody full face helmet at minimum. Yeah. If you got access to a dot helmet, get a dot helmet for racing. Because everyone's trying to go down that path. And if you're in the US, Tef1 and all those other guys are all talking about dot helmets now. So if you're going to invest, get one before the racing. If you're going to race, that's my.
And Joe's publicly said he won't let someone race if he doesn't think the helmet's safe enough. It's got to be chin strapped. It's got to. If there's any cracks in the helmet, it's a no go. Jackets have to be zipped up. They don't want any people with a Batman cape behind them. Like it's such a fast track and it's becoming such a serious sport now. They have to crack down on safety.
Yeah, Chris has just said that he set it up in DC. might see 60 this year, and I think there's a probability that you will. Hence why some of the Stooge V6s are coming, and I think they're the next level with that. With the totally different steering setup with the 3 links. It's going to be fun. It's going to be awesome as a spectator. I am an old fart racer. Hopefully, I can feel good on the Tiny. I haven't ridden the Explorer Pro gear drive before, but hopefully, I'm comfortable enough on that, and I'll get it in the geriatric track.
You got it, Greg. You got it.
Yeah, you're gonna have some stiff competition. There's like 20 tickets sold, right, for the geriatric section?
Yeah, 20 geriatric. That's a lot of Zimmer frames to fit on a track, right?
Exactly. Amazing.
All right. Let's end it there. We'll try to do one more live before the event, I think, just to confirm everything. Maybe we'll do like a little what's everyone packing one.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's it. So yeah, don't forget, come say hi. We'll be there. We're there to have fun. We're there to skate.
Really.
Oh, what's Kelsey saying?
So I'm the only one.
Am I the only bad guy not letting Drew race? No,
he doesn't want the race. Yeah. No,
Craig's
he doesn't want to race.
Craig's the only one racing. No one else is racing this year. So Craig is our sacrificial lamb this year.
Yep.
Yeah, he hasn't had an accident yet. I've done my knee. Drew's done his hit back.
I did. Yeah. I had an accident first year qualifying. I fractured my heel. I ended up with a hairline fracture in my heel, and it took about 6-7 months to heal. So
yeah. Well, there you go. So we might even do a live stream from the plane with Danny.
Do that. That'd be brilliant.
Or maybe we'll wait till we get to the lounge. It might be a little bit quieter.
I was gonna say they won't let me up playing with you guys.
Yeah. All right. Let's wrap it there. 1,500 people watching. Thank you so much. Any other questions, comments before we end? You got 1 minute left. I don't think there is.
I think for me, I just want to say, guys, look forward to seeing everyone. Come say hi. It's all about making memories. Have a good time, and I'll see you very soon.
Yeah, 100%. I got stuff to give away, so little stickers and stuff like that. So come say hi to us.
Yeah, definitely. You've all got your passports. You got your visas sorted for Thomas and Craig.
Yep, all good.
You know what's wild is that America. So in America, the United States of America, we used to be able to just travel nationally, like within the United States of America, with just your driver's license. Now you have to get this driver's license that has a special ID on it called a real ID that you've been like background checked. Wow. And if you don't have that, you either have to fly with your passport inside of the United States of America. That has to be your U.S. official government. It just passed. It's something that's like it's now. I got mine last year, but I was just like thinking, I'm like, oh my god, do I have to travel with my passport? Like, I was like, oh no, I got my ID. But that's literally within the United States of America. I have to travel with my own passport now. If you didn't have that ID, so go figure.
Good tip for all the Americans out there.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, guys, let's wrap it there. Thank you so much for joining me, and we'll see you on the next live stream.
Peace.